Okay, so first off, I'm exhausted. I spent all day up in Seattle. Went to visit a friend up there, and decided to be green and take public transportation. I don't live all that close to Seattle, so it takes me about an hour to drive up there. So what I did was went ahead and went to the park and ride and took the shuttle and stuff down to the Sounder train, which is like our commuter rail, and went on up. And it was fine. It was fine, really. It was fine going. It was fine coming back until I got back to the shuttle, and I got so angry because the shuttle was sitting there waiting for me, right on time. I mean, that's how they set it up. The train comes in, the shuttle's waiting. I get on, so do other people. We sit there. Time goes by. It's supposed to leave at 4:17, and then I'm still sitting there. Two people get up, run off the bus. No one says a word. I go up to the bus driver and I was like, well, where are they going? I see another bus, another shuttle bus, pull around the one behind that we're at. It was never there before. And drive off to where I need to go. And she said, well, this bus leaves at 5 o'clock, not 4:17. And I was like, well, why didn't you tell me that instead of, just letting me stand here with my thumb up my butt? So basically, I'm irritated. I'm actually still irritated. It's crazy. Anyway, so this is called an interstitial, and I'm just gonna co-opt that because I've seen that term on like late night public access television when there are just sort of like what's going on in your community things, like scrolling on the screen. And I'm guessing it just means it's a catch-all for like what's going on. So I thought I would just make this video and let you know what's going on. Just some things. I mean, I don't know that they'll be interesting. My coffee's cold. That's item number one. Interstitial thing number two is that Amy DeZeller, author of Dating Amy, which is a memoir about dating a whole bunch of guys in a year's time in hopes of finding love, and is apparently very, very funny. I need to get it and read it because otherwise I'd be a douche. Because look at this. At my urging, Amy picked up John Belushi is Dead by Kathy Charles. I have mixed feelings about this book because I want to read it so desperately, and yet every time I've gone to get it from a bookstore, they've said that they don't have it in stock because they don't order it. They don't keep it in stock, and that gets on my nerves. But listen to the back of this book. Seriously. In the end, we all fade to black. Pink-haired Hilda and oddball loner Benji are not your typical teenagers. Instead of going to parties or hanging out at the mall, they comb the city streets and suburban cul-de-sac of Los Angeles for sights of celebrity murder and suicide. Bound by their interest in the macabre, Hilda and Benji neglect their schoolwork and their social lives in favor of prowling the most notorious crime scenes in Hollywood history and collecting odd mementos of celebrity death. Hilda and Benji's morbid pastime takes an unexpected turn when they meet Hank, the elderly reclusive tenant of a dilapidated Echo Park apartment, where a silent movie star once stabbed himself to death with a pair of scissors. Hilda feels a strange connection with Hank and comes to care deeply for her paranoid new friend, as they watch old movies together and chat the sweltering afternoons away. But when Hank's downstairs neighbor, Jake, a handsome screenwriter, inserts himself into the equation and begins to hint at Hank's terrible secrets, Hilda must decide what it is she's come to Echo Park searching for, and whether her fascination with death is worth missing out on life. Yes, please. I love me some crazy, and frankly, if you ever get a chance to do like a celebrity death tour, or if there's like a murder tour or a crazy crime tour in your city, take it. Oftentimes you're going to get picked up in some giant hearse and be taken around the city looking at all these weird places. We did one in Seattle. I can't remember what it was called, but it was a murder mystery tour thing, and they took us to the sites of this like big massacre that happened up there, and I don't know where I'm pointing. That's not even the direction of Seattle, by the way. And it was just really fun. So if you get a chance to do that, then do that. The third thing, are we on the third one? The third interstitial, I have no idea if I'm even using that word right, because I don't know what it means, and that's fine. But the third interstitial is that I'm not a book reviewer. I'm an author who loves to read and loves talking about books, and frankly, I probably will never, I will never give anything below a 4-star, and I go up to 5 stars, but that's it. I will never give anything below that, because books that I don't care for, I usually don't finish. I'll never get past the first 25, 30 pages, and then they're gone. And then you'll never hear about them, because I don't have any intention of crapping on other people's hard work. Not that that's what reviewers do. Reviewers they do a critique of the work, and that's fine. That's their job. But as an author, you set a bad precedent by talking about your peers' work. And there's a difference between a critic and an author. You know, and they do completely different things. It's not... Anyway, I'm going to review that and see if I need to cut it. Because, you know, sometimes people get upset. But what I'm saying is, you know, and I'll just make this clear. When I first started blogging, I did a review of a book, because I used to do book reviews. And I did a review of a book that I thought was completely horrible. And it was a very well-known author who I then later met. And who, guess what? Has Google alerts on their name. I mean, all authors pretty much will. You think that they're not seeing your reviews, but they see your reviews. And, you know, and most of the time, I'm pretty good-natured about the reviews. I mean, if you hate the stuff, you hate the stuff. You can't please everybody, you know, and that's why it's out there. I mean, there are movies that I love that people are like, that's disgusting, I can't stand it, you know. So, and that's fine. You know, you don't have to like everything. The fourth thing, the fourth interstitial, is that I've been watching people doing bookshelf tours. Obviously, I have bookcases. Actually, I have tons of bookcases and tons of books. I have like a virtual library here. Not a virtual one. I have a real library. I have a big library cabinet downstairs as well. And if you want me to do a bookcase tour and a bookshelf tour, I would be glad to do that. I have a few YA type books, middle grade books, a couple of shelves worth, but most of them are adult. Lots of urban fantasy, lots of literary fiction, lots of weird sort of stuff that I have around. And so if you're into that, just leave a note in the comments and I'll eventually do it. I promise I will. But what I have in mind for you is something else entirely. So why not? I was thinking about it. I have a camera. I mean, I don't have to carry around my laptop to do this. Why don't I hijack other people's bookcases and we'll see what they're reading? That's what I'm thinking of doing. So the next time I get an invite, and this is a promise to you, because I know y'all love her, the next time I go into Rochelle Mead's house, I'm doing a bookshelf tour of her books. She's gonna scream. She'll scream. Actually, I might interview her, and we'll see what goes with that. But I could do anyone's. I could just show up like a Jehovah's Witness at someone's door some afternoon with my camera and just raid. It'll be like a home invasion, only it'll be a bookcase invasion, and that's what I should call them: bookshelf invasions. I'm gonna write that down for you right now. I'm writing it down. Bookshelf invasions. Yeah, that's what's happening. So, okay, that was number 4. Number 5 is the definition of interstitial. Lame. It's lame. I know. All right, so that's it. John Belushi is dead. That's the only book I have for you today. And it's not a book haul. It's that Amy sent this to me in the mail in a padded envelope. It's like she knew how much crazy was in here, and so it needed to be padded, just like a cell at a mental institution. And that makes me happy. What makes you happy?